Hello, everybody, and welcome to the newest indoor adventure in the Four Keeps Recovery Part 3. Today is Monday, May 11th, 2020, and you are loved. If this is your first time joining us for a D&D session, have you considered going to youtube.com/indooradventures? You can find the VODs of all of our games after we finished playing them live here on Twitch. We also have audio casts wherever audio casts are made available for free. So if you would like to carry us around with you while you're doing chores or you're at work or anything like that, that podcast is right there for you. And speaking of podcasts, did you know we actually have an after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other but also from the community on our Patreon. It is currently being made available for free, so if you would like to ask us any questions, you can either do so in the Twitch chat to the side, or you can go and join us on Discord and ask your questions directly to us there. But other than that, if you already support us on Patreon, Twitch, what have you, hey, we have a merch store. If you go to Indoor Adventure, no S at the end, .redbubble.com, we got t-shirts, we got posters, we got mugs, we got crop tops, we got throw pillows, we even have shower curtains. We have all sorts of fun and wonderful things that you might find yourself in want of. So hey, possibly go there, check it out. It's gonna be nice. We got those hint of phase. We got the I've seen some crit patterns. We got all sorts of stuff. It's a great time. Other than that, I think that does it for my spiel. So, hey RJ, who you playing tonight?
Hey everybody, I'm RJ here on the channel, but I'll be playing Alberjean Ostfor, the Azamor Warlock Barbarian.
Hello, I'm LBHackEmUp, and I'm playing Gwen, as seen on RJ's shirt, the halfling barbarian fighter.
Boy, I'm Cyber. I'll be eating potatoes for the first half of this stream, and I play Arjhan, the draconian blood hunter fighter. He, him.
Howdy, y'all. I'm Danae Keener. I'm going to be playing as Cori, the Elgin Paladin.
I am the Indoor Adventurer, and I am beside myself and seeing biddies in chat already. Thank you, RJ, and thank you, Koss, for throwing bits at us. I really appreciate it. And I will also be your dungeon master for the evening, so thank you. I have been appeased. Last time we left off, your group ended up being able to make their way out of Marysville, and at the cusp of a bright full moon, you ended up having to face off against a young godling that you know as Amaris. Amaris took the form of a incredibly large great owl, and you were forced to do combat with them, breaking down this outer shell until Amaris could return back to her small form, the way that she was previously. And you were able to talk to her at least a little bit and find out what she knew with regards to your missing friend, Calum. It was after that point that the moon passed out of phase, Amaris left you all, and you begin to continue your way towards the Hollow Locks, the first leg of your destination, towards the ruins in the northern lands where you believe Calum could possibly be in wait. After, on the 5th day of your travels, you saw, as the night began to form around you, a figure on horseback making their way towards your camp. And it was at this point that you ended up, that this figure ended up coming into full focus, and you saw a red dragonborn with a large prominent tail that you had actually seen previously on your travels. This is a sort of draconian, similar to Arjhan in their given heritage, or at least what that appears to be outwardly. And they were told that or at least they regaled you, saying that a woman beyond all comparable beauty standards to this draconian figure had approached them in the woods and told them to seek out Arjhan to better tell them what exactly they are. And that is where we left off last session with this figure having asked, the last time we met, you said that you were like me. What does that mean?
Well, you're welcome to sit down. So long as you don't try to make the stupid decision of trying to rob us again.
And they chuckle to themselves, and he shakes his head. I don't even have a band with me this time. It's just me. Just questions. And they will, as they sit, you also see them actually take off their weapons and set them on the ground.
I'm not going to pretend to have all the answers. The few that I do, I've only gotten very recently. Tell me, what do you know? What do you know about your lineage?
And has the figure given you their name yet?
He has. It
Okay.
starts with a K.
Okay, cool. It is Kendek.
Kendek.
Yes. Kendek will look into the fire, and he actually just reaches into the flames and turns a log. He's unfazed by the fire that has currently been made. And God damn it, today. He will begin to let you know about his history. And he says, I only have memories of the last 5 years or so. Before that, I don't... Not really sure. I woke up in the shattered remains of a glass container inside of a tower on the western edge of the lake.
The western edge of this lake.
Hmm.
The
North Lake.
What?
This lake. Lake
That
Killa.
lake. That lake. Okay.
Other than that, I didn't know what else to do. So I just went in a direction. Ended up finding my old band. That was when I encountered you. Had been doing it for a while. They took care of me. Just needed a bruiser, and pretty good at that.
This guy, I'm not seeing any particular markings on him, do I?
You do not.
I mean, is he bare-chested? Would I be able to see that anyway, or is he just covered up?
He has a cloak on, but you don't see any markings on his arms or his legs or any of the places where you yourself exhibited markings previously. There's no bearings on his chest. He is shirtless. He's just wearing a cloak.
Okay. Well, I am going to show my back, and I'm not gonna play it out, but I'm gonna tell him about how I was that I was found, that I had these markings, that I was raised by blood hunters, away from anybody who would have been able to teach me anything, and go back toward Shroudport, where Charlane made contact, and I'll explain to him that my origin is that I was a clone of a dragon who would have died 1,500 years ago. Yes, please interrupt.
How close in proximity are you saying this?
We're
backstory?
at the
We're telling
general
stories.
fire.
We're telling stories around the fire.
Y'all
You
are
were right
making
there.
s'mores, and Arjhan's just like, you want to know how I got these scars?
And I will continue. That Darlan was a consort of Tiamat, who, according to her, vanished 20 years ago, about the same time I was born. That apparently it was of the doing of a woman named Tylera. Is he traumatized yet?
When you say Tylera, there is actually his brow furrows a little bit. He seems to recognize this name.
And I will talk about my first couple of meetings with the Tiamats, and that now I really don't know what she wants me to do. I'm just continuing. I'm trying to do my own thing, save the world and everything, as you do. And that, I'm not here to tell you how to live your life, but that's what I was able to find out about myself.
And Kendek says, sometimes I have dreams. And I think these are memories. I'll dream I'm in a container. Behind glass, I can barely hear people talking. Every once in a while I make out names. Make out words. I don't know what they mean. But you said Tylera?
Tylera, yeah.
And he nods. Then they aren't just dreams. I can see a woman. Do you think she is the same?
So, that's a chance.
And they seem to nod. And then they look towards you and say, it has been 5 years since I've come out of that place. If she is still alive, I would like answers. Why can't I remember? You said that you were a clone.
Yeah, come here.
He goes over towards you.
And with the ring on my finger, I want to just touch his forehead and cast Identify and see if there are any spells affecting him.
There are no spells that are directly affecting him. You just feel a much stronger connection to the elemental plane of fire than in comparison to the one that you have towards the Black Dragon's native elemental plane.
Plane of acid?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a plane of acid. It could be the plane of water. A plane.
Well, there's no magic blocking your memory. I'm not sure, but if you're going after Tylera, I also have answers that I need from her.
And they ask, do you know of any place or of any way I can get into contact with this queen? She directed me to you for answers. But I have more questions still.
And I'm not going to be able to give those to you. What I can give you is one of these. And I'm going to hand him gold. Yeah, I'll hand him one of the gold coins. With a bipedal dragon design on the back.
And he, as he looks at it and kind of squeezes it into his hand, he closes his eyes and you can see that there is a odd sense of comfort that takes over him as he holds this coin. And he nods and says, I have not been back to the tower since I left. Perhaps there I will find answers.
I sure you want to go alone.
I have no one else to go with me. I have no other direction. Is there... You said that you've spoken to the Queen. Will she have a plan for me?
She may. I have to admit, the path I've taken is more of a do what you will sort of thing. I'm trying to find my own way. And she is there behind me.
And Kendek nods and says, will you join me at the tower?
Yes.
Then we must set a course at once.
See, you may have noticed that one of the people that I was traveling with last time is not here right now. That's because it's very important that I find out where he is. That's something that I must do right now.
Would you wish for me to join you?
I'm not going to ask you to do anything that you don't want to do.
I don't know what I want. The only things that I have done previously have been to demand coins of strangers. At first I was told we were almsmen.
Well, A stranger is just giving you a coin freely, and you can meditate on that. Think about what you will. But we're heading out tomorrow to go try to find our friend.
In which direction do you head?
North.
North, around the lake. We may head in that direction pretty soon. But you can decide in the morning. I'll give you some time to think.
And he thanks you for this. Arjhan, you also realize, as you have recanted this story to Kendek about your origins, how you became the dragon, the draconian that you are now, you realize that it has been a month and several odd days since the last communication that you had with Makoth. The last conversation that you had was when Tiamat was still at your back, and you had informed her that it would be dangerous for the two of you to continue your conversations as they were.
Andrew, what the fuck? Why the fuck you had to remind me about that?
It's just a thing.
In the area, right? We can make a detour.
I don't think we can.
You just remember that things are generally, they have evened out now. So if you would like to, at a point where you have the ability to communicate with her, you can let her know that things have simmered.
Oh, no, that's way off.
In your situation, at least. But Cori, Alberjean, and Gwen, it is nightfall for the rest of you. You are hearing Arjhan and Kendek speak about their pasts, about Tiamat. Like, this is one of the first times that you've seen Arjhan bonding with somebody so readily.
And it's the first time you're hearing about a lot of his meetings with Tiamat.
Yeah. So what are the three of you guys doing during all of this?
Al has his mask off to one side as he's eating, and he looks concerned.
Do you have any questions?
It's more like Tiamat.
Yeah, we all met her. I mean,
Oh.
part of her.
Sounds nice.
Wasn't that bad. I mean, she's the nicest guy I've ever met, so like.
Slowly raising a spoon up to his mouth.
Cori, are we cool with this guy hanging with us? Not you, Al. You're fine.
She is just kind of watching the conversation quietly, just sort of keeping tabs. And she's like, "Oh, we're cool. If he's cool, we're cool."
Right.
She'll look to Al. The last time I met this fellow, I was chasing him into the woods under the effect of a haste spell.
I've seen what you can do, and that's very terrifying.
It was frightening for both of us, I imagine.
So, from foe to friend, I guess, it's not uncommon. As long as he doesn't raise a weapon against us, it's...
And you can see he set all of his weapons that he can wield on the ground.
Actually, it's frightfully common with Arjhan's associates. Wow, I kill a lot of his friends.
Let's not go into that. Should I say something to break the ice?
Wait for them to finish their conversation.
Cool.
Yeah. Their conversation will continue unless you guys want to interrupt or pike in at all.
I think I was gonna pull out the map and look it over again.
Okay, and Al, do you have your own map, or are you using the group's map? Because the group technically has 2 maps.
I would ask for the map that we've like narrowed down the field to. Find Calum.
Okay.
Whoever has that. That's still a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah, but we have an idea, right? Did I tell you we have an idea? I have an idea of where he might be.
Yes?
Go on.
There's some ruins. Like the Goliaths used to like camp out there. That's like there's structures left, and there might be an underground spot that I don't know about.
Gwen, make an insight or a survival check.
Oh, where's survival? 15.
Okay. So as you are talking about the ruins in the location where you think it might be, you might be able to find your dear friend Calum, you have an older map with you as well.
Oh shit. Hold on. She like feels up her like hundreds of pockets. Here. Pulls out a
And
map.
with this older map that had the phases of the moon denoted in the lower half, on the upper quadrant, in those areas where you assume ruins to be, you can actually see sparse-looking denotations of what looks like structures.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right here. See?
If I overlay the maps together and hold it up to the fire.
Yeah, you can see that it is clearly pointing towards what looks like between 1 of 5 different ruins, or modern-day ruins anyways.
That's still a 20% chance that we could get him on the first go.
It's a place to start.
Yeah.
At least.
Don't be a Debbie Downer.
I'm not being a Debbie Downer. I'm just saying we have odds at least. It's
Oh,
not
it's
nil.
it sounded like you were saying like, oh, we only have a 20% chance.
Never tell me the odds.
Never calculate them.
Never calculate them. All right. You think it would be a good idea to at least scout out any movement from one of these ruins? How far apart are the ruins from each other?
They look like they are all at least a couple days' ride apart from each other.
Never mind, that might be a bad idea.
What are these ruins of?
Buildings.
Just
Yes.
old forts, strongholds, that sort of thing. From the way that it looks like this might have been a very old predecessor for the idea behind the gated glen, wherein they just started clearing sections of the forest, building a wall as they did so, and just made a large clearing for society. This was going to be a series of strongholds with gates connecting themselves to create a small kingdom.
It didn't work out for them.
As we can see.
That day, humanity received a grim reminder.
That you shouldn't fuck with Goliaths? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Goliaths.
Hey, like Connor, Arjhan, you guys want to join us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Arjhan will come back over. He's going to sit next to Cori. And just lean like next to her ear. I don't want want anybody. I don't want there to be a moment tonight when nobody has eyes on him. And then just like sit down into a more comfortable position.
Understood.
So, we've narrowed your boy's location down to one of the 5 forts, possibly if it has an undercroft. They're about a few days' ride from each other, so it's going to be a roulette wheel.
Well, you gotta step in with the Goliaths first. They're on the way, mostly. So what was your name again, dude?
Kendek.
Kendek. Nice to meet you. I'm Gwen.
He nods.
I'm the strongest. This is Cori. She's the wisest. This is Al. He's the newest.
And he just gives affirmative nods as you introduce them.
Cool.
Just looking at my stats, and I'm like, if anything, she's the prettiest. That's about it.
Can't say that. You have a girlfriend.
Excuse you.
You
can still be pretty and have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
We're
I
not
can't say that you're the prettiest anymore whenever you have one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so.
So, like, what's your skill, bro? What do you do?
And Kendek looks over towards his small pile of weapons and just gives a point.
Can you do magic?
I can breathe fire.
Boss. Not as cool as acid, though. I don't know. I've never seen someone breathe fire before, so I assume.
And he stands up and then gives you like kind of a wide eye, Cori. And then he centers himself and he takes a deep breath in, and you can see that his chest almost swells as he does this. And the area around him begins to heat. And you can see what look like his veins underneath his scales just sort of flicker with this reddish energy. And as he exhales, it is just this ball of fire that manifests itself up into the air for a brief second. And then as the fire extinguishes, those glowing lines, the glowing veins cease, and his chest seems to kind of go back to normal. He walks over to the fire pit, sits down, reaches into the flames unaffected by them, turns a log, brings his hand back out.
That was pretty cool.
You should be okay standing next to me then.
Oh, yeah, he's Fireboy too.
Not in the breathy way. Boss, can we speak quickly?
Are
He
you
says-
not talking to Gwen because she's upset if you call someone else boss?
No, he's called Arjhan boss this entire time.
I know. But she like pops up. Oh, he's not talking to me.
Yeah. All right, what you got? Step
Probably
away
walk
from the
a
fire.
few feet away from the camp. Back at the lab, there was talk of a devil. You wouldn't happen to have any contacts in the hells that could look into him, do you?
I have one, but they're kind of outside of the hierarchy.
It would mean a lot to me, though, even if he can ask around, if he could find out any more information on a devil that calls themselves the Invested.
I'm gonna take out my adamantine coin. Neil, do you have the resources for a bit of reconnaissance in the hells?
What better way what better way to use my free days, Your Grace?
Can you come here so that someone else can explain it? Or are you tied up at the moment?
Not tied, just busy.
What's the name again?
The Invested.
We may have dealings with it. Someone of the Infernal Persuasion goes by the moniker The Invested.
I will see to it, Your Grace.
I appreciate it, Neil. All right, my contacts are on it.
Thank you.
So, you just heard a lot.
Yeah, I'm still processing that. You seem like a nice enough guy, so I'll take everything at face value.
That's all that I can ask. What do you think about him?
Still can't get quite a good enough read on him. Give it a few days. If he pulls anything, he's probably gonna die instantly, so
Yeah,
not much to worry about on that front.
that said, definitely keep an eye on him. We don't know if he's stupid enough to try it.
You got it. Gil pat Arjhan on the shoulder and walk back to camp.
As he does, he hears. So this is a personal question, and you don't have to answer it. But like I've heard that Dragonborn, some of them can have like multiple things going on downstairs. Is that true?
I absolutely knew this was coming.
Me too. It tracks.
And they just skew their eyes and look at you.
Like two wangs.
Their eyes get big and there's an expression of shock. Who has told you this?
Dude, some guy in Shroudport.
No.
All right. I mean, like, do you know? Have you seen any other ones?
No.
Okay. So it's still a maybe.
I don't go out of my way to spy them.
I do. So if I find out, I'll let you know.
Divine
My
sense.
Thanks. There's nothing divine in way, shape, or form about Kendek.
Just check.
Okay. And he looks at your group and says, "So I know how Arjhan got to this place. What of the two of you?"
Oh boy, that's a long story. I mean, I guess we got time. Who's taking first? I could take first watch with you if you want and explain my whole history.
He nods. He seems down with it.
Cool. Cori, you want to take second watch? You're muted, dear.
Ha! Wow,
Hi.
it's been a while since I've done that. I think I'll take all the watches tonight.
All right. So, I was born. Gwen literally goes through her whole history.
There is a spot where Kendek looks like he's just kind of like zoning out, like he's thinking of something else during the time that you're speaking to him, but then you see him like catch himself drifting, and then like he maintains as best he can.
Yeah. It's a Gwen story, so it's pretty exciting.
It's long, but it's exciting.
Yeah. And that's how I became the chieftain of the Goliath, so,
Very noble.
Thanks, I think so.
All right, so then, Cori, you are taking all of the watches?
Yeah. Why
Okay.
not?
Sounds good. So, Cori, after Gwen tells her story and then goes to sleep, Kendek will turn to you and say, "What of yours?"
What is there to say? I'm a stranger in a strange land. Growing stranger by the day.
And he nods in agreement with you. This is a feeling I know. I still have yet to find my purpose. My reason for existence. But hopefully, I will find my answers. And you see that he is just kind of like a sad-looking red dragon.
Yeah. She kind of tips her head to the side and listens. And then she looks over at Arjhan, or where he's asleep probably. And her eyes soften. And she looks back at him and says, I think it's good that the two of you have found each other. Finding another of your kind must make the world seem less lonely.
I have never had family before. I had my band, yes. But they were not kind.
His wasn't either. But now he has chosen a new band, and the band that he chose is better. And I would argue it's just as good as family.
And Ken nods. He seems to really like this take on family. And he doesn't have any further questions for you. He's not the type to pry. The fact that you told him anything about anything is more than enough for him to feel like he participated. And so he will eventually call it a night and goes to rest as well. And Cori, since you are staying up throughout the entirety of the evening, as Ken is sleeping, you see that there is a glowing that seems to come almost rhythmically from beneath his cloak. And getting near it, it is shifted enough that you see the same symbol of Tiamat that Arjhan has upon his back, also on Ken's back, but it seems to just be pulsating in time with his breathing while he sleeps.
Yep. I think she sees that glowing and then like runs over to see what the heck is going on. And then noticing that, like, gets a oh, of course look on her face. And she'll chill for the rest of the night. Just keeping an eye on him. Not really, it's not really malicious or suspicious in any way, but Arjhan gave her a job, and so she's going to do it.
Okay. So the following day begins. Is there anything that you guys would like to do on this 6th day of travel?
I'll try to switch seasons.
Okay. So it is a wisdom saving throw. I have put that on your sheet. I have it on my sheet. It's everywhere now. This way I know, and it's also easily referenceable for you in case I forget.
It's fine. Either way it works, just so long as we have one decided.
Yes.
At a save, it's a 26.
Okay. You are able to change yo form. Arjhan, you got a crit on your blood chalice?
I did. Is Kendek, what's Kendek's decision?
His decision is he has no other place to go, and you are the only family that he knows.
Oh, bitch.
Oh, bitch.
So until there is a point where he can easily break off and go towards the tower where he originated from or is needed elsewhere, he is going to just be traveling with your party.
Okay.
If you will have him.
I mean, we don't have to provide him a horse or anything, so.
Yeah.
I actually didn't have anything in mind when I said I was going to change seasons. Does anybody have any input? What should I do today?
Summer's good.
What's our choices?
Honestly, I thought of summer. I was feeling
Spring.
I guess summer or spring is the choices. Or moon. I haven't done moon in a while. But I was feeling a little bit left out with all the fire talk. Let's go summer.
Yeah. I mean, Arjhan lights his crossbow. Al bursts into flames.
Gwen has Sunforger.
Gwen has the Sunforger. Yep. And
Nice.
now we've got a dude who can control fire from his veins. Yeah, we need more firepower here.
Listen, if I've learned anything,
Can't
this
believe the
one-
next thing that we're going to fight is a big fire elemental.
Whoops.
Resistances.
Fire shield can go hot or cold.
Fair enough. Okay. Does anything crazy happen in the morning, or do we all just start traveling?
Unless you guys have anything that you would like to point out, you are just going to begin traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this day goes without transgression. If anything, you begin noticing that the grasses that kind of grow around this path that you are taking have begun to reclaim what little road there was. It seems like no one is currently trying to go in the direction of the hollow locks. You see a lot of pathways, if anything, that just lead down into the inlet that is the bay for the country. So again, your day goes by uneventfully. Is there anything that you guys would like to do over the evening specifically?
Cori's going to teach Kendek a few words in Ignan.
Kendek picks up on these very quickly.
Nice.
Can Gwen try and talk with Chua? Just to check in. We don't have to play it out, but
Yeah. Chua has said guesses that the message that you sent towards Sir Tellier will have gotten there by now. And she's guessing that now you just need to wait for the travel time for the Goliath that you decided to send off to come back, and then let you know in a relay sort of state or sort of sense what Calum responded with.
okay. And Rumble Thunder isn't back yet.
No, Chua doesn't believe that they will see anything of Rumble Thunder for probably about a month.
Okay.
As the distance to get to Vascor and then back with this large cumbersome beast will probably take a little bit of time.
Sure. Okay. And no other word as far as sky stuff or
not from what they are able to gather.
Okay, cool.
And then same thing. You enter into night, unless there's anything that you guys wanted to do. The day goes by uneventfully. We then go into the it's going to be another several days of travel. And then on the 9th day of you guys traveling, it is getting closer towards the evening. You are now getting close to the entrance to the woods themselves. And you see a group of what look to be 4 riders making their way out of the woods onto the path that you are on. And they begin steadily approaching you and your group. And Kendek just puts a hand onto his greatsword, and his eyes kind of narrow a little bit. He seems to be quite familiar with tactics like this and is assuming the worst.
Al's gonna raise his hand and wave to the riders and yell, "What news?"
And
For the march.
as you speak this, the rider in front that you see has this it almost looks like a dark metal chain that connects to a holster on his left side, but inside of this holster you can see that there is this insidious looking tome that he has strapped to himself. And as they pull down their hood, Arjhan, you actually recognize this individual. This is a former bloodhunting companion of yours named Breld. You remember him being one of the lesser of the bullies that you had as a kid, but they seemed they were still very much a prominent asshole from your past. I believe in the original notes that you gave me for Breld, it just says, "Can eat my ass, good with a blade."
Great.
I don't
I
know
did
if
say
that's a
that.
good thing or a bad thing.
It's a bad thing.
Okay. Does Arjhan say shit out loud?
Yeah. Shit.
What?
All right, come on, Cybra. Gwen's gonna charge ahead.
Breld.
Nice seeing you. I believe you're called Arjhan now.
Oh, I don't like that.
Ridiculous name.
That's polite.
I'm sorry, is he
better than the
human?
last
He
guy.
is.
Okay.
And you can see that there are like these very almost tribal flame-like tattoos that he seems to have coming up from the base of his neck that curl to the bottom of his chin. His hair is missing. He is bald. And he just has these very intense eyes as he looks with a smirk at your group. And he says, "You've been marked. You know what that means. Now we can either do this the easy way or we can do this the hard way. Easy way being me versus you. Hard way," motions to the 3 companions that he has behind him.
How you want to handle this, dude?
Arjhan will jump off the horse.
Breld descends off of his horse as well, and then begins making his way towards you.
Make the first move.
And he looks past you to your entourage. "Now I know that there were some misunderstandings as to how these sort of things typically work based off of what I've been told. So I'm going to make it clear. This is a one-on-one fight. This is me versus your friend here. Your mistakes are the reason we're in this mess. And he makes a motion towards Cori.
Cori just glares at him.
So...
This is unfortunate. She's in summer form. She'll walk up behind Arjhan and hiss to him. This is to the death, isn't it?
That was at Arjhan.
It was that Arjhan?
Yeah.
I thought it
Yes.
was at the other guy.
Nope.
Nope. Nope. She
He'll
doesn't
nod.
answer.
He'll nod.
You know I can't let him do that.
He'll nod again.
She'll like is this acknowledgement that he's cool with her doing so?
Meta, yes.
Okay, alright, I'm just making sure. That player to player, man. But like in character it's super cool because like her eyes like widen as she realizes and she's like, as you wish. And she'll take a couple of steps back, get out her sword and just dig it into the ground and sit there.
Cori, 20 gold. He puts him in the ground in like, I don't know. I want to say 15 seconds. 15 seconds?
She just looks at Gwen.
What? Just saying.
Okay. So, Arjhan, you tell this individual that they can go first.
Yep.
Okay, so...
Well, we both start by lighting our weapons? Like,
Yes.
is that like the start of
That's
the rule?
that's a ceremonial thing.
Like that seems right. Let me make sure that I take a long rest and reset my hit points before this.
Seems good.
Life can get a stress, but with D&D Beyond,
But with D&D Beyond, you can roll a 3 and automatically lose 3 hit points off the bat so easily.
That's actually really neat. I didn't know that. Like, I knew that it was easy, but not that it automatically took HP away.
No, it didn't.
Oh.
I'm
No,
gonna-
it's not never been easier.
I mean, it's another step, but it's so easy to use the new Alpha Dice Roller, which,
Wow.
remember, rolled a natural 20 earlier today for Arjhan's blood die.
Just as a point, Gwen is staying within 30 feet of Arjhan.
Okay.
Same.
Okay. Arjhan, I need you to make an intelligence save. The number you're looking to beat is 15.
$12.
Are you familiar with the Feeble Mind spell?
I am.
You are now under the effects of a Feeble Mind spell. Meaning that at the end of every 30 days, you can repeat the saving throw against the spell. On a failed save, your intelligence and charisma scores become 1. You cannot cast spells, activate magic items, understand language, or communicate in any intelligible way. The creature can, however, identify its friends, follow them, and even protect them.
Okay.
It's just Arjhan going
That's
feral.
intelligence and charisma.
Yes.
Okay.
And the way that Breld does this is that he seems to twist the quion of his short sword, and you see that from the pommel there is a pen tip that seems to extend down, and as he cuts his hand, he actually writes out his spell into the sky above him, and that magic takes hold over you. It is now your turn.
Arjhan. Okay. He. Based off the Feeble Mind spell, I still can use my crossbow, right?
Yeah, you can still attack.
Do we know what can cure this besides
Greater Restoration, Healer, Wish, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
No, none of which that I have access to.
Also, doesn't Feel Mind do damage?
It does. It do 4d6 psychic damage.
Was there
Do you
any
think-
indication that the fight had started yet, or was this something that he just did?
This was the first thing that he did.
before lighting his crossbow? Before lighting
They
his
both
weapon?
lit their weapons.
Okay,
Arjhan's-
all right, okay.
Arjhan basically said, "You can go first," and that was his first move. So Arjhan, you are going to be taking a total of 14 points of psychic damage.
It's fine. Yeah, I think that Arjhan just like reels back, drops his crossbow, and then lunges forward. Lights his claws. Taking 2 more points of damage.
They don't stack, right?
They do.
The damage does?
They do now.
Oh. Thanks, Matt Mercer.
You're welcome.
We weren't talking to you. First one to hit. Does a 13 hit?
A 13 does not hit.
Second one. What about 15?
A 15 just hits.
Okay, well that's going to do 3 points of slashing damage and 4 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Yep, that's my turn.
Okay. So now it is their turn, and they are. Let's see. What are they gonna do? They are going to. Reach out with their sword, draw back, and as they thrust forward, it is just in 3 slashing motions, and they are going to cast a 5th level Scorching Ray towards you.
How the hell do they have 5th level spell?
That is... Does a 19 hit?
It does.
Okay. For 3 points of fire damage. So the second attack misses, third attack misses, fourth misses. And then a 24 to hit for an additional 5 points of fire damage.
It was wait, so it was just the fire damage?
Yeah. It was it was just a the flourishing blow was to denote.
Okay.
Yeah. And that is what they are doing towards you. But that is it for their turn.
Okay. For my bonus action, I'd like to amplify Curse of the Marked. You're taking 1 more point of damage. But my first My first attack with my claws is gonna be at advantage. That 3 will not hit. Come on. Come on. Go away. Doesn't help because neither of those will hit. Second attack. 14.
14 misses.
Okay, that's my second turn.
Okay, so then their turn again. They are going to cast this point. They're going to cast an Eldritch Blast towards you. They are going to be able...
At disadvantage because they're within melee?
I think instead they are going to do a... Yeah, they'll do a Shocking Grasp instead. That's a 4 on the die, so that's not going to do it. This is your turn.
I'm going to grapple them for a natural 20.
Get fucked.
They rolled a 2. Oh, yeah, they're super grappled.
I'm flying up.
Baller. So yeah, you begin flying up, and the other individuals that were with Breld just like look up and then look amongst themselves and like kind of like pat each other on the shoulder like this wasn't a thing I saw happening today.
Gwen just nods, like, just wait.
Charizard, use Seismic Toss.
Okay. So, Arjhan, it is your turn. So you grappled and then flew.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to get that second wind.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm just like, I'm still like, I don't have mental facilities. I'm just like clawing at him, like trying to just like get around his neck, but I am taking him up with me.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, this is real fun.
Yeah, they're gonna just try and stab you. That is a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
For 5 points of piercing damage and 4 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Second attack with their sword is a natural 1. Then third attack with their sword was a 3. So they are currently just being swooped up by Arjhan. Arjhan, it is your turn.
It's dashing up.
Okay. Gwen, Cori, and Al. Arjhan, how far do you get with a dash straight up?
40 feet.
Yeah, Arjhan is just 40 feet in the air holding this, like, not very heavily armored dude.
60?
Oh, no, it's 60 feet now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he is 60 feet up in the air.
Al will, like, still looking up, hop off his horse and walk to, like, the center of the ring and draw an X with his foot in the dirt before walking back.
As you do...
I hope he wasn't important to you guys.
They all, like, shake their head no. Like,
just so you know, like, if no matter which way this goes, I would just run when this is over.
And they look at you and just like, what if we just left on our own accord? Like,
yeah.
We have no problems with you guys. This is
Have
their
a good
thing.
one.
This has always been...
Yeah.
He didn't even pay us that well. Can you believe that?
Oh, that sucks.
What a debt. You know what? I have some moonshine.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, here.
Just pull the horses off to the side.
She'll pass over for some moonshine. She's like, all right, have a nice day, guys.
And
Oh shit, he's still going.
and they say current rates are 5 to 1. When he falls, he's gonna land right on that X.
Ooh, I'm down for that. Al will move off the road like a stump and put down some gold.
Okay.
Gwen will also put down some gold.
Cori is like a statue as all of this occurs around her. Like, the only movement she's done is her head moving upwards to watch Arjhan.
He's just getting higher.
Mm-hmm.
It is now Breld's turn. They're going to attempt gonna like kind of twist around a little bit and bring their hands up, and they are going to cast a 5th level burning hands on you. So I need you to make a dexterity save.
That's not the dexterity button. 14.
Okay, that is not enough. Second. So you're going to be taking the full amount of this for 21 points of fire damage.
Okay.
All right, Arjhan.
I'm still flying up. I am going to reach out with my... I'm going to bite him. I'm going to bite his neck. And as soon as I find purchase, I am going to breathe acid.
Okay. So, yeah.
I need a dex save.
Natural 20.
Isn't that a disadvantage since
Fuck.
he's grappled?
Yep. That's an 11.
That's not enough. Where the hell is my breath weapon?
Arjhan, do a heckin' chomp.
Where the hell is my breath weapon? There it is. 3d6. Wait. What level am I? 46.
Fuck. Al's
Cori,
laying-
you notice that
There's
Arjhan
some
is
sixes here.
nice.
15.
Ooh, Arjhan is definitely fighting a little bit more animalistically than he normally does.
She narrows her eyes. Summer Cori is a lot more stoic than she used to be.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still flying up.
Okay, so you would be at 80 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because he goes...
You're not dashing? Okay.
Yeah, no, he breathed acid after doing a bite on this guy.
Action search. Let's go ahead.
Just had to say something, huh,
Okay.
Steven?
Yeah.
No. I'm not dashing.
Oh. I think you're dashing.
No. I'm taking a couple of swipes at him. It makes sense. I don't get advantage on that since he's grappled.
No.
Okay. 19 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that hits. That's good. He doesn't have shield.
5 points of slashing. 2 points of fire for the first one.
Okay, I need you to make a dex save. He's going to use his reaction to cast Hellish Rebuke at 5th level.
Okay. 13 to hit on the second one, which is not going to hit.
No.
22. I'll take half.
Okay. So, Arjhan, you are going to be taking 24 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Okay, and then you said your second attack missed.
Mm-hmm.
So then it is his turn again. Let's see. Gotcha. So he is going to try and shocking grasp you for a 16 to hit.
Which misses.
Okay. Arjhan, it is your turn. You are currently 80 feet up in the air, and this guy is looking pretty worse for wear.
How worse for wear?
Certainly bloodied. Actually,
So am I.
bloodied, yeah.
I don't have any reason. I don't have any way to figure that out. I'm not smart. Yeah, I keep flying up, make a couple of more swipes.
Okay.
14's gonna miss. 20 will not.
No, 20 will hit. That'll for sure hit.
6 points of slashing.
Okay.
I can re-roll that.
Tell him to give him what for.
4. That's max. That's 20. Or no, that's 10. That's 10 points.
Yeah.
He's looking pretty messed up.
I'm still going up.
Okay. They're just gonna try and shock you. They know what this is. This is bad. They thought they had this in the bag with Feeble Mind. Guess what? They made it so much worse.
He would have fought you on the ground.
Breld got a 26, so Shocking Grasp finally works. For a total of...
Do you think it's looking a little bad up there?
12 points of lightning damage.
Does Shocking Grasp make me do anything else?
It can't take reactions until the start of your next turn.
Doesn't matter. Okay. All right, let's get a couple more of these out. Still flying up.
Okay.
16 to hit.
That'll hit.
6 points of slashing. I can re-roll that. There's some deja vu here. Okay. 8 points overall. So 6 points of slashing, 2 points of fire for the first one.
You feel in that animalistic part of you, if you drop him, he probably won't be an issue anymore. He won't be able to run.
I'm not letting go of my prey.
Okay.
I roll a natural 1 on the second attack.
Sure. Okay. They are going to try and Shocking Grasp you again. And that is for a 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
For 25 points of lightning damage. Arjhan, it is your turn.
Baby, no.
I'm not letting go. 24.
Oh, that'll hit.
Gwen's just yelling at the ground. You drop him! No!
What's in your mouth? Put that down!
Drop it! Drop it!
8.
Okay. 8 points of damage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Barely holding on.
Honestly, I'd be more concerned if he flies away with him.
A 14 is gonna miss. But I think with that, just because like Arjhan is suffering from a lot of blood loss, I think he does like slip, and I think he drops him.
Oh, yeah. Roll a D100 for me.
55.
Oh, here it comes.
He doesn't land on the X.
Damn it!
Yeah, you all just watch as you hear Arjhan biting in on this guy. You see a big electrical blast. And then you hear a... And there is a sickening, like, squelch sound as this dude hits the ground. It's not like he hits and then bounces up a lot. It is he hits and he mostly just stops. The full force just pushes him further into the ground. And Breld, this former blood hunter, is now scattered about in the middle of the road.
Missed it by that much.
Damn it.
Everyone who took a bet loses 5 silver.
Dang it.
I will turn to one of the blood hunters and shake his hand. Good try.
They weren't blood hunters. They were
Yeah.
just mercs.
Dudes.
Yeah.
Turn to one of the dudes. Yeah, well, good show.
Yeah, they like
Yeah.
shake their hand. Thank you for the moon wax. And while this dragon is still up in the air, they are going to try and like get on their shit and begin making their way.
Just go fast. I don't know what's going on with him right now.
See, they're smart, so that means they're not blood hunters.
Oh god.
I'm gonna wait for Arjhan to come down. Maybe
Yeah.
Gwen will start sifting through the bile to get like his stuff.
Gross. Cori got splattered with blood, but she just kind of stays there and she watches Arjhan like making his way down in circles. Assuming he's making his way down in circles.
Yeah.
Don't
Like,
run, I will chase you. I can't lose too.
no, he comes down.
All right.
Dude, that was fucking sweet.
Boss?
And as Arjhan looks at all of you with this almost bestial menace, that is where we are going to go into our break for the evening. So I'd like to say thank you to everybody who decided to stop by. We are going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes. So don't go no place unless it is to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. Pick yourself up something nice, and we'll see you guys shortly. All right, everybody. See you soon. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Everyone's baking a cake. I'm so scared.
Jeez, it's faster than I thought it would be.
It has to be fast so we don't get copyright strike.
And with that, hello everybody, and welcome back. I failed to mention at the beginning of this session that we are going to be having a giveaway that will start at midnight p.m. PST tonight. First prize in a random raffle is going to be a full set of dice from our dear friends at Die Hard Dice, which includes the D20, D100s, but it also includes 4 D6s, so that way, if you're planning on doing things that require more than just the 1 D6 that you would get in a set, don't worry, they got you covered. The second prize winner will also then receive a set of dice. These will just be a standard set of dice, but because I am incapable of buying them, bringing them to my house, and then sending them back out to you during this whole shindig that's going on. Instead, you will be able to pick out the dice that you want. I will work with you. We'll figure it out. This prize, I believe, is only going to be for U.S. viewers because I can't send things out of the country right now. I'm pretty sure. So this is only to people in my country. I apologize to all of our international viewers, but
Which is
Sorry,
the United
Quebec.
States.
yes, if you couldn't tell by my outrageous accent, this is the U.S. of A. But that is it for my my giveaway spiel. Again, that's going to be yeah, that's right, Liz Mac. Pacific time zone is the best time zone. Thanks. But again, the giveaway is going to be going live tonight at midnight. I'm going to be posting it in our Discord, so if you would like to get the quickest access to said giveaway contest, hey, maybe you could join us in the Discord. It'd be a good time. But back to the game. We just ended up going through the process of a Blood Hunter right duel in which Arjhan picked up a guy, flew him 100 feet into the air, clawed and bit, and threw up acid on him, and then dropped him. And he went splat on the ground. And we are picking up where Arjhan has now landed, looking at his friends. A lot of you are trying to communicate with him, and he doesn't seem to be capable of comprehending that you are talking to him. He is just making these very bestial sounds as he kind of stands in this formidable stance.
Hey, whoa, bro.
Yes,
Sun's
Al.
getting real low.
Motherfucker.
Jesus Christ. We saw the dude do some bullshit at the
Yeah,
start.
he
right?
magic bullshitted Arjhan at the
Darn it.
beginning, and then Arjhan proceeded to attack in a very bestial manner.
Can we do
Arcana
some sort of
check?
check? Yeah, to know what it was.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
What sort of check would
This
that
would be an Arcana check.
Cool, let's do it!
Can we do
14.
it if we're untrained? Because I rolled a 17. Gwen wouldn't know what this is.
No.
I just did it to be funny, and then it was.
And then you're
Hi.
like, whoops. I got a nice, even 10.
Stay dumb, Cori.
Stay dumb, Cori. Not as dumb as you.
The answer is no on all accounts. None of you know what magical effect has befallen your friend.
Cori's going to try and approach him.
Arjhan, make an insight check.
I mean, I can still tell friend from foe, right?
Yeah. This is a friend.
11.
They are being non-threatening.
She'll reach out and put her hand on his nose. And she just kind of squints in anger, and she says, "What did they do to you?" And she'll give him 55 points of lay on hands.
Yeah, he is very bloody. On a scale from 1, whoa, that I hit damage. Whoops, whoops. You knock him unconscious. On a scale from 1 to 113, I was sitting at a 2.
Oof.
Would have been bad.
Do we know what's wrong with him?
I haven't the foggiest.
Magic bullshit.
Magic bullshit. All right. Well, it'll wear off, right? Like that's what magic does.
Yeah, yeah.
Cori wouldn't know that it wouldn't work, so I'm going to burn a spell slot trying to cast Remove Curse on him.
It is ineffective.
Mhm.
Oh, hey, we have my mom's soup. Will that help?
What is your mom's soup capable of doing? Was it
Lesser restoration.
Yeah.
I know it won't.
Okay.
Gwen doesn't know that. Homemade soup makes everything better, right?
The smartest person in the group just got feeble-minded, man.
We're
Have
all
to
like,
let us.
I don't know.
Oh no, Arjhan had the brain cell.
Ruh-roh!
And if not, Chua will know what to do about this. She's like the smartest person I know. Besides, but that doesn't matter because we're gonna get it back. So let's, focus on what we got. Do you understand me?
It's just a blank look back.
Oh.
What?
He registers that you have been the last person to make the loudest noise.
If he's in this state, how are we gonna travel?
Okay, I don't want to do this, but I kind of want to do this. Can we put him on a leash?
That's a little degrading.
I meant like on his hip. I mean, like I'll.
Two folks can ride on a steed, yeah?
Yeah. if one of those two is halfling sized.
You can't ride Cyber, right?
No.
He has a horse, fool.
Yeah, you can ride his horse and
Cyber can
it.
trot along.
Cyber can trot along.
He also has wings. He doesn't necessarily need a horse.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm not
Can't fly as fast as a horse though.
True.
Mhm.
What's your speed?
20.
Like 20? Oh yeah, no.
Yep.
Gwen's
I
gonna.
hope I updated that.
This is night, or like we were making.
It was
camp,
early
right?
evening.
Yeah.
The sun
When-
was getting real low, and then the fight happened, lasted for all of 20 seconds, and now that guy is still kind of splattered in the road.
We're gonna like move our camp like 5 feet over, maybe 20 feet over more, so that the smell doesn't, but
Cyber's gonna try and eat him if nobody
no,
stops her.
no.
Drop it.
Didn't Gwen grift him?
Yeah, looking through, you find a short sword that has a hidden pen inside of it. You find a tome, and when you go to open it, all of the pages inside just seem to spontaneously combust, leaving just an empty binding for what would be a rather sizable tome. He wasn't wearing any armor. It seems like he possibly had a mage armor up going into this. But he did have 350 gold pieces gems in his pocket, as well as 63 gold pieces.
Gwen is going to give Arjhan the gold, and then she's going to take it and put it in his bag. He'll know what to do with that later. Sit, please. And she like sits down and motions. It's fine. He'll be okay. No. Sit.
Arjhan, make an insight check to infer what they are trying to get to you.
No.
Okay.
Nah.
He just continues to stand.
All right. I'm going to heat up the soup, and I'm going to give him the soup. She comes up to her hands come up to like his belly. Well, yeah, about his belly. Soup.
He devours the soup. It's
Solid.
hideous.
And then she like just sits and watches him.
It's hideous.
There was a video I saw once of a small lizard eating an egg yolk, and then it just had like the egg yolk spilling down.
We don't need to describe it. It's not good. We'll put that behind a veil.
X card, Dragonborn eating.
In the future, we'll just like pop it open like a trash can and dump it in.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kendek, ever seen anything like this before?
Kendek shakes his head. Nope.
He's not usually like this, I promise.
Magic bullshit.
Magic bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, I like you guys and I like what you can do, but like magic doesn't make any sense to me. I know that I just like think really hard and then my thing blows up, but that's about it.
Oh no, you're preaching to the choir about magic not making any sense.
Right? Should we like let him go play with Cyber or something?
I think he would. Nope.
I meant play, not well. All right. Well, let's give him some food and see if.
Oh.
I just like frolicking in the grass,
And then we lose
chasing.
a large black dragonborn in the fucking forest.
Fair. All right. Should we get it? Like, he's got to go to sleep, right?
Eventually.
God, he looks so angry. Or is he
Are-
confused? Is that a confused face?
Al is going to pull out a bit of jerky and like waggle it in front of
Oh,
Arjhan.
don't be a dick.
Wait, it's gonna be a lot easier to move him this way.
I'm so sorry, Connor. Well, I'm just gonna put some food on the seat next to me and like motion for him to take it or sit or whatever he wants to do, and just kind of go about the evening the best that I can.
Keep an eye on him.
All right, I got him. Gwen will stay up tonight and watch him.
Okay. Sounds
She'll
good.
talk to him, just like shooting the shit, not expecting him to talk back, but letting him know that, like, we're gonna get you out of this, dude. You're gonna be okay. We care about you and your well-being.
Nice. All right, and is there anything else that you guys would like to do over the evening?
We're all concerned about Arjhan for a while, and like trying to figure out a way to communicate with him, at least on the most rudimentary level.
Okay.
At one point, Coriander would try speak with animals.
It doesn't work.
Okay.
Yeah, we did pick up everything from Reld, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just left his body to get eaten by birds or something.
It's fine. I mean, I don't know how to do this.
It's really not.
Well, I don't know what to do.
And that's
Do
his
we
fault if
remember
you
what the
don't.
ritual was?
No.
Arjhan never explained the ritual.
Yeah. I'll kick some dirt over him, I guess. Are you gonna really climb my leg right now?
All right. So, the following morning.
Were our blood hunters buried or burned?
Burned, but we don't know that.
Depends.
Cori's in summer form. She would have buried him or burned him anyway.
Oh.
After you guys finish grifting, she just kind of glares at him and then snaps her fingers and bonfire.
Turn the lights off.
Arjhan, that cooking
bro.
meat smells delicious.
Dude.
Okay. Sounds good. So again,
That's a no from me, bro.
you wake up the following day.
Does Arjhan sleep?
No.
Solid.
Arjhan's up.
Gwen's up.
He's still not looking any better.
Don't you want
We're
that?
gonna drop by the Goliath camp anyway, right?
How far
Right.
out are we from there?
From the Goliath camp, you're at least looking at close to about... If you feel like you can utilize a little bit of fast travel through the hollow locks, at least 20 days.
We don't know not to go there.
Not to go to the Goliath camp?
No,
No,
Hollow
the
Locks.
hollow
Oh,
locks.
to the Hollow Locks. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, if he's not better the next day, I think Gwen would just be like, so what the fuck do we do? I have no idea what this guy did or like how to fix it. You guys have no idea.
Hollow Lock ruins,
Yeah, Ken also has no idea as to how to fix Arjhan.
I guess we could go talk to the Fae.
Were you able to communicate with Chua? Oh shit, yeah, the Fae. Oh my god. Sorry, that was a wings moment.
I'm with you, Al. I'm with you.
Let's go chat. Let's go see if we can talk to that one dude who is not the Furbolgs, but the other guy. Didn't he have antlers? This is LB not remembering, but I remember he was cool.
It was the Dullahan. Caw, caw.
He may have had antlers, but he didn't have a head.
He had his head with him.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
He had
right,
his head,
yeah.
it just wasn't attached.
Well,
Yeah.
let's book it because I'm not comfortable with him being like this.
He doesn't have a good head on his shoulders.
Okay. You know that you
I lose my head.
have about 5 days of travel, moving at a fast pace to get to the edge of these ruins. Thankfully, Arjhan is... He's not, like, you can't necessarily communicate directly to him in a yes or no manner, but you're still able to get the general point across as to where you need to go. And he seems to not know where he is. He doesn't really remember who you guys are to, like, again, be able to say names or familiarities, but is willing to follow along. He still remembers that you guys are his friends. And it is on the 12th day overall of travel that as you guys are going in for the evening, Gwen, you end up receiving a trance-like message as you go to communicate with the Goliaths, as you had said that you wanted to make sure that you're communicating with them rather regularly.
Yeah.
Chua actually reaches out to you and lets you know that the message that you had asked to get sent towards Calum was delivered, but the Goliath that was sent with the message waited a full day and a message was never received back.
Okay. Hey, Chua.
What is it that you've done?
Arjhan was hit with a spell and now he doesn't know like how to talk and he like is like being all animalistic and shit. I don't know what do you have any idea what this is?
She rolled a natural 20. Yes.
Chua, you are the fucking best.
She says,
Wait until she says it, though.
Oh.
sounds like he was hit with shadow magics. It is known as a feeble mind spell. Effectively, his intelligence has been reduced to that of barely greater than a rock, and if he had any personality, that is also gone.
Oh shit. How do we reverse it?
You can either wait for an entire month and hope that he is able to push past it, or if you know any kind of powerful healers capable of great works.
I mean, I know Cori and she can't do anything about it.
This is more of a cleric kind of thing.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's not something you can do. So like, do we know anybody in the Hollow Locks that can do that?
I have no idea who you know within the Hollow Locks.
Well, no, and do we as in the Goliaths know anybody? Or anybody in the tribe?
You said that there was somebody who was able to help out your friend Calum when he was missing a leg and turned it into a bean. Whoever was capable
fuck yeah, you're
of...
right. Okay. We'll go for that. Okay. Sorry. This has just been really weird because he just kind of stares at you with like this confused face, and he's kind of doing it right now, and I can feel it even though I'm talking to you. So like, I'm just a little off put by this whole thing. I did nothing.
Arjhan, you don't know why you cough blood.
Just so confused. Okay, all right. Well, we might have a slight detour, but we're still on track to see you in days.
I anticipate your arrival, my chieftain.
How's the tribe? How's everyone doing? All the pregnancies are going all right?
The pregnancies are going wonderfully. There is
Cool.
much care to the carriers. We are even thinking about proposing an entire day dedicated to them. A Mother's Day.
Yeah. I think that's a great idea. We could get like pick flowers and make flower crowns. I think that's Chua. That is such a great idea.
That sounds nice.
Yeah. Okay. And Teresa still hasn't, like sealed the deal.
No, he has been doing scouting missions, as you
Alright.
have suggested.
Yeah.
There's an ill omen that he has seen.
Wait. What?
On his travels, on the lookout for your friend, Teresa has reported that there is a giant of pure shadow, it would seem.
Like a real giant of pure shadow, or like just a really big like dark spot on the ground?
It is as real as night, for during the day it disappears. It
Where?
seems in the plains to the northwest.
Endor, what the fuck?
We go that way.
Okay.
He's
They
reported.
didn't get close to it, right?
It is reported that this shadowed figure moves very infrequently and just seems to look out upon the shadows. We lost a few Goliaths who tried to get close to it.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. That could probably that might have something to do with like the with maybe the Raven Queen. So we're gonna stay away from that.
As you wish, my chieftain.
Just observe, do not approach.
And she nods.
All right. Fuck. All right.
Mostly it just stands there, so it should not be too difficult to track.
Yeah. Okay. I'll chat with the others and then get back to you, and they know more about this than I do. Okay.
Of course. I
Right.
will await your next call.
All right. Thank you.
She nods.
And then Zordon out.
Yep.
Comes back, grabs Cori, whether she's sleeping or not. Cori,
Yes.
Chua said that there's a giant shadow creature on the plains.
West of Greenreach, where we're going?
Yes. Okay, calm down. It's okay. It's only a game.
Wings has theories, but I don't know if Cori would be able to figure this out. We have to assume that it's related.
Yeah, I think so. But I don't know. I mean, like, they said they lost some Goliaths going towards it. So I don't want them to, like, put themselves in danger,
That's understandable. We'll have to look into it when we get there. If it's related, this might be the way that we find Caleb.
Yeah, but what is it?
Did she give you any identifiers? How it looks? How... Was it just a mass of shadows?
They said it looked like a giant made of shadows, but it wasn't there during the day. Arjhan would know.
And Kendek has taken it upon himself to watch over Arjhan.
Yeah. Kendek, do you have any fucking idea what this could be? I know you don't know our business, but like, sound right?
He just shakes his head no.
All right, I'm gonna warn you. Okay, two things. I'm gonna warn you of two things before you agree to go on this. One, we're going to my Goliath tribe. They don't like dragon people. but they're cool with Arjhan, so I'm sure they're going to be cool with you since you're rolling with me. However, there might be some prejudice there, just saying. Second thing, we might be fighting the fucking Raven Queen here. So, like, you know, if you want out, it's cool.
If the Goliaths have a problem with me, I would ask that they face me on the field. But if you say that I am to be welcomed, then I believe you in this. Who is this Queen of Ravens you speak of?
All right, if you don't know, that's solid. We're good. Don't worry about it. I'm kidding. It's a god, the god of dying. So, like, I don't think that that's what it is, but it's a possibility that it could be. But we've killed a god before, so...
From what Arjhan was able to tell me before he became this way, death seems to be just the beginning.
All right, cool. You're cool.
Yeah, that's totally what I wanted him to gather from that conversation. Absolutely. More people fucking dying than expecting to come back. It's great.
Cori will give him a very serious look and say, "Have you decided to follow T-Mac?"
He says, "They approached me. They spoke to me. They allowed me to question things that I did not realize were in need of questioning. Do I follow them? Not inherently. I've only just recently learned of them. But do I appreciate what they have done for me? Yes."
Do you pray to her?
I pray to no gods.
She just nods. I can respect that. Did we decide whether or not we were going to go to the Hollow Locks to meet the Fae, or are we going straight to the Goliath?
I think we should go to the Hollow Locks to meet the Fae.
The Hollow Locks is the
It'll be the quicker route.
it is the quickest route.
Yeah.
If you were to avoid the Hollow Locks, you are adding a solid month of travel onto your journey.
Hello, Raiders.
Open for adventure! Thank you for the raid!
Oh.
Hi.
Hey, all you new...
Minded.
Hey, all you new raiders, guess what? We're having a giveaway. The easiest way to find out more about the giveaway, either join us on Discord, follow us on Twitter, or some other thing. It's going live at midnight PST this evening. It's going to be a good time.
But in the meantime, you could join us in the Discord.
Gwen, I think, is going to try to... I think Gwen might try to pray to Tiamat tonight.
Dax Neo, thank you. Thank you for the follow. All right, so Gwen, you are going to try and pray to Tiamat?
I mean, dude, she doesn't know what she's doing. Okay, the chalice is not linked with the prayer, right?
Mm.
She's seen him pray to her before, though, right? He's seen her.
Do you know, as Gwen, that the chalice is not related?
Yes, because he had it before he started praying with her.
It's good.
Thanks. So I think Gwen's gonna try and sit with Arjhan, like maybe sit in his lap if he allows her to. If he's sitting.
Flake Obama, thank you so much for the follow.
Thank you. And she's going to try to pray to Tiamat and let her know what's going on with her boy.
Make a religion
Your
check.
holy symbol.
What?
Am I your holy symbol?
Yeah. Religion check?
Yes.
You got one of those carved in your back.
Mm-hmm.
And you get it on a really cool t-shirt.
You can.
Or a hat.
Cyberwolf1201.live/merch.
I rolled a 4, so 3.
You find yourself in this meditative state.
Mm-hmm.
You are sitting on Arjhan's lap. And as you find this meditative safe zone, you open your eyes in this meditation and you see that you are standing on a cliffside looking out at the sea, and the sea is raging with an intense storm. And you hear a, "No, you don't." And you feel like a boot is placed into your chest, and you feel yourself getting rocked back.
Oh my god.
Great.
I'm sorry. I'm just my friend's in trouble.
That breaks your meditation, is feeling this spectral boot.
For 2 years, and Tempest finally fucking does something.
Isn't it great that Tiamat isn't the worst god that we've met?
Hey. He's better than Tiamat because he hasn't interfered at all.
Except now.
Except for now. Gwen's gonna, like, jump off of his lap and, like, oh, shit. Oh, gods. I'm so sorry. Like, go over and sit by herself, like, did that just fucking happen? That was amazing. That's it.
Yep. And Kendek is like a little shook seeing you this way, but just continues to like take care of Arjhan and like looks over at you with a quizzical look.
Gods, man, dude, just fucking gods. Okay, it's fine. I made a mistake. Tempest knows that I am always his.
Kendek just shakes their head. All right. So, is there anything that Cori or Al wishes to do on this eve or any of the others during your travel to the Hololocks?
Take care of Arjhan. Maybe disappear into the woods to scout ahead for a few hours and then come back.
Yeah.
Pray to Tempest every night.
Got scared straight. Yeah, Cori will take care of help take care of Arjhan as well, and also she watches Kendek because she promised Arjhan that she would keep an eye on him. I suppose like at some point during one of these days she's going to try and go into moon form, I reckon.
Yeah. There's no save needed to transition to moon form.
Really? What?
No.
What?
It's only transitioning out of Raven.
Oh, this is good. Okay. All right. Sorry.
Interessant.
I didn't know this. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, she'll take moon form before going into the Hololocks. And at some point, whilst she's sitting with Arjhan, I think she's kind of aware that he doesn't understand her, but she'll say to him, "I promised I wouldn't leave. I'm going to make sure that we take care of this."
And during your travels, you realize Ken is a simple boy. He has very basic needs. He has no wants or desires. In a weird way, it's incredibly zen of him because he just doesn't know what he wants. And when he thinks about it, he just lets those thoughts go because they don't affect anything that is going on in his immediacy. To him, the only thing that he wants at the moment is to take care of his new family.
You motherfucker.
Bless him. He's gonna backstab us so hard.
Or die.
Or die.
It's one of the two. You know
I
what?
think-
Maybe he'll have a happily ever after. Maybe this will be fine.
Why would you say that? Because now it's not going to be. Look at Indoor's face. Look at our goddamn DM's face, and you tell me that he's going to be fine.
Maybe he'll open a bread shop. I don't know. Maybe he'll make pumpkin bread for the rest of his life.
That happened once.
Nights-
Once in this game.
We hate that guy.
We
Well,
do?
Specifically, I hate
JD
that
had a good ending, okay?
guy. Oh, I was talking about Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about Peter, okay?
He's the only person who opened up a bread shop.
No, he had a bunch of nuts.
Almonds that went
And he
bad.
was nuts.
And then there was the guy with the Genasi wife who made bread with her fire hands. I'm sorry, we're getting off topic. Let's go to the Hololock.
I think at some point Al is going to teach Kendek how to play like solitaire. It's just like a zen moment.
Let's see. Ken takes to it. Kendek enjoys this solitaire.
It's a simple game. It helps clear the mind. You could center yourself and find some focus when things are tumultuous.
And he says, how does one take bets on this game?
Oh, easily. You have two people, yourself or whoever, and you see who can complete the game faster.
Ken sees this and likes the idea. And for the next set of days, you just see him in his off time, like, trying to speed run solitaire games.
Solitaire game's done quick.
Nights in the courtyard.
All right, so you are now on your 14th day of travel, and you are almost along the same roads that you traveled on where you had met Coriander's old college professor not even a year ago at this point. However, thankfully, there is no big nerd to meet you at the edge of the woods, and you see that these trees that do have this like very burned property about them are beginning to you're beginning to see moss and other foliage actually creeping up the bottom parts of these trees. When you had initially come here, it was during the autumn months, but now you have just reached what is either late spring or early summer. You guys are effectively on close to about like real world times, June 14th. So again, it is getting to a hotter, balmier time of year. But thankfully you have seen, or this area has seen spring actually come through and do a decent job of reclaiming a lot of this otherwise dead and decayed wood. And as you reach the forest edge, you, Cori, get a sense that in a way you are home. This wood still has such a fey influence to it that just being in its presence is almost nostalgic for you in comparison to your other party members. Kendek doesn't know if he likes this place. It feels weird and makes his scales tingle, and he doesn't know how to feel about that. And as your group arrives, it is in the later afternoon, and there is what looks like a ripple effect on off in the distance, maybe about 20 feet or so, that occurs between a set of trees, and you see a burst of autumnal leaves and a man wearing dark colored metals that is holding a helmeted face underneath one of their arms and is missing a head of their own that is replaced with these bluish flames, just emerges out of this ripple-like effect. And seeing your group, you see them wave, and you recognize this figure as Talon, the Dulhan leader of the Autumn Fae that had fled the Feywild.
Hey! Hey, where's that? Where are the furbolgs now? I hate to, rush past like formalities, but we have friends. He's cool. He's fine. We have a problem that we need help with, and the furbolgs might be able to help us.
It is good to see you as well, friend Gwen.
Yeah, but the furbolgs, so like...
Yes, they still reside within the city proper. This way, if you would all be so kind.
Thanks. Just so you know, they're cool. These two, I know you don't know them. They're cool.
And Kendek just like was reaching for their greatsword when this dude came out.
Mm-hmm.
And like doesn't see Arjhan react like this would be a foe. And still like lowers their hands, but you see them like resting it on the hilt of a knife. They aren't sure about this.
Yeah.
And at that, Talon will kind of sweep around your group. And then with a quick slash of his blade, cuts in between the air between two trees. And you see that the air begins to ripple and expand out. And you see a gate is formed. And Talon motions for you all to go through.
Cori will lean into Al and Kendek and say, "Make no deals, give no one your name," and then she steps through.
Why do you think I name myself Al? And he walks through.
And Kendek has a moment where he wonders if Kendek is his real name. And he will follow as well.
Cori or Gwen will hold Arjhan's hand and help him through.
Your face is just perfect.
And Talon will then follow behind you and close the gate off as you arrive. And you once again find yourself on the lower section of the Hollow Locks. To the right and the left, you see that there are beautiful fields of vegetation and plant produce that are ripe and ready for harvest. You can see that there are peach trees, apple trees, a variety of fruit trees that are all just brimming with delicious sweet snacks, ripe and ready for the picking, kind of placed around. And along the river are these large bioluminescent mushrooms that just kind of give a very nice bluish hint to the overall location. You see fireflies dancing with what look to be small winged fey creatures, and there is just this overall air of peace that seems to be within the Hollowed Locks. And Talon says,
if you're looking for the furbolgs, they are still in the process of planting next year's harvest right over there.
And he
Perfect.
will hop off of his horse and give it a slap on the haunch as it just runs off in any direction that it so chooses. And then will actually walk with your group as well. And as you are walking, he will approach you, Cori, and say,
I can't help but notice. Seems as if one of your ranks is missing.
Yes, that's true. We're in the process of rectifying that.
I see. Well, speed of the three to you. We are also in the process of dealing with our own missing kind.
Wait, people are going missing?
If only. Initially, we had assumed that they were just traveling, but I can no longer sense them within the forest itself. And we didn't lose track of them on the edges, if that were to make sense. Originally, at first, it was a darkling. Then we lost a redcap. And most recently, we seem to have lost a changeling. And thankfully, we're able to get a little bit more information this time around, as the changeling was traveling with a quickling who was able to make its way back to us. Apparently, there is a duo who are on the roam within these woods that I am not able to track. And they seem to wear rather ornate masks about their faces, similar to your friends. So I must ask you, where do you hail from, traveler?
And he will look and adjusts the head to look towards you, Al.
He will turn. Did he give you a description of the masks?
Yes, a crow and a boar.
He will take his mask off. We've got a problem.
Another problem?
The people who decided to stay with Discovery, 2 of them are here, possibly.
Okay, well, we need to fix Arjhan first,
Right.
and then we'll deal with that. Well, no, do we have time to deal with that? Is that Hey, have you seen across the lake at all? To the north side of the lake?
I don't particularly go there myself. My vision doesn't exactly extend that far.
Right. Has anyone come back with stories of a giant shadow?
Not that I've been aware of. We
Solid.
have been trying to stay in the vicinity of the locks and not go anywhere
Good,
farther
okay.
north.
Do that. All right. He's been like this for like a week now. I really want to get this handled, and then we can help you with your thing. Okay?
And Talon, you see his shoulders kind of tip forward, and he leans his head forward as a Doulahan is want to nod, but the physical action of doing so is a little difficult.
Yeah.
Hey, Andor.
Yes.
At the lab, were there more than one? I wouldn't be the only jackal.
No, you would be the only jackal.
So there's literally one of each animal mask
Yes.
out there. Okay.
It's who you think it is.
You know who the crow mask is. The boar.
That's new.
You can make a history check.
Sure. Dirty 20.
Okay. We can resolve that at a later point in this session, but just to get you guys to the point where you can all talk about it. So as you all travel towards the location of the Furbolgs, as you approach, you see 3 rather familiar faces. You see, and they're almost unidentifiable. Al, as you see these figures, they look like humanoids in that they have humanoid stature, but they are very tall, 7 feet, 7.5 feet. They look like they are half giant. You've never seen a giant, but you're fairly certain that there is giant in these folk. And as your group approaches, the 3 of them turn and in a form of unison just, "Oh, hi there."
Is one of them Plum?
No. Plum
Where did
became
Plum go?
Fig. These three are
right.
Goober, Melon, and Peach.
All right.
Hey, Goobs, Melon, Peach, what's up, bros?
Fig says hey.
Oh, tell him if you see him, we say hi back.
Will do.
I miss him so much. What is he up to these days? Like
He was a tree. Hey, we got a problem. Can you help us?
Oh yeah, of course. For you guys, anything. How's it going? What's up?
Sorry, Al, what were you saying?
It's fine. We can take care of it.
Is
When
this you
Arjhan
fella?
I'm a friend. I'm an employee, I
You
guess.
seem to have gotten a little bit more color in your complexion since last time
No,
we met.
that's not. Okay, our friend here, you remember Arjhan?
Oh yeah, big scary fella.
He is suffering from feeble mind. Sorry, I'm yelling a lot.
You're Gwen. That's fine.
I know.
And as you say that, all three of them, ooh, that's not a good one. Oh no,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
bad.
Can you
Yeah,
do
he's
anything
been-
for him?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, we can fix him up right as rain, no problem.
that'd be super great. Thank you so
He's
much.
just gonna
She's gonna
need
she's gonna turn around and start explaining to Arjhan what's about to happen. And I know he doesn't understand that, but Cori's gonna explain it anyway because she's Cori. And then she's gonna turn around and whisper to them, "Wait, you're not going to turn his head into a bean, are you?"
What? No, why would we do that? He's not missing his head.
Okay, I was just asking, just wondering.
No, no, no. He just needs a little bit of this here tea and some R&R. Sit down, take some deep breaths for about 20 minutes to an hour. He should be right as rain.
All right.
And you see one of them goes over and starts grabbing leaves off of some of the plants. Second one goes over and starts grabbing takes a large bite out of a fruit and then just starts scraping some of the seeds off. The third one goes over with what looks like a mortar and pestle, and they quickly just throw together using their abilities to create this fine herbal remedy. And together they sort of steep it in some warm water and then hand a container of this over towards whoever is currently watching over Arjhan. He just needs to drink all this and he'll be set.
Sweet. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, it's no problem. Thanks for telling Plum hey.
Absolutely. Arjhan, down here. Look down here. Drink this. Good. Mmm.
It actually does taste incredibly good. It smells very floral.
Good boy.
And in about 20 minutes, Arjhan, you will be right as rain. You are going to have a weird headache that is going to develop and then peak, and then it finishes, and you feel fine. Oh, wow, he seems really roughed up over there.
Gwen hugs his legs. Oh, buddy, I missed you.
Arjhan,
Ow.
are you back?
Fuck.
You were out for about 2 weeks.
5 days.
About 5 days.
You've
Cori
been gone
can't
for
count.
a year.
Wings can't count, and it's even worse for Cori.
Was I blacked out or do I remember?
There are...
Like, I probably wouldn't recognize...
With a one memory, it's hard to retain it. But you remember you were with your friends. Like, it's... Imagine if every memory that you had for those 5 days, all of the audio was replaced with the adults and Charlie Brown's just... You remember them feeding you? That was cool.
I imagine it's like almost being blackout drunk, where like you You remember little pieces, but you don't remember details.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Are you okay, buddy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, you fucking murdered that dude. I don't know if you remember that. It was really cool.
It was actually quite something to witness.
Bro.
And Kendek nods towards you.
She leans in and whispers to him, I've been keeping an eye on him.
What did you do with the body?
I
Left it
I
on the
burned-
roadside, covered
I-
it.
No,
in
we
dirt.
burned it.
I burned it.
We
That's-
burned it. We didn't know the ritual, so
I mean, you wouldn't.
I told him he was, probably a good dude at some point, and then
He
I told
wasn't.
him he was a dick. Yeah.
Okay.
Why don't you sit down, dude?
Okay.
Sorry to bring this up as you've just come out of your stupor, and I believe Al would have been sitting on a signpost, like leaning over his greatsword and tapping his foot on like the bottom fence.
Wow, he looks really cool when he does that over there. That's really neat.
There are some old associates of mine in the woods that we would like to talk to.
Cori.
He means we want to punch.
No, you.
Oh.
Let me spell this out. The people that are holding your boy are in this forest.
What?
The people with the masks are related to the person who kind of did motions himself to me. He is currently doing stuff to your boy. They are here in this forest.
Then let's go fuck him up and find out where they're going. After Arjhan has a nap.
How do you know? And do you know where they are now?
The Dullahan described their masks to us as they came in. They've been doing something to the Fey folk here.
Well, can't let that go on. And we need to find Caleb.
Yeah.
So, what's our plan for going after them?
They seem to be hunting Fey specifically. Maybe we can bait a trap.
Cori?
Oh, I'm Faye.
Just a fair bit of warning. The one with the crow mask is ruthless and crafty.
Yeah, well, so are we. What is the pattern for disappearances?
Has Talon stayed with us?
Yeah, Talon walked over to these individuals with you. I think he would have at least told you that they are sporadic, it seems. There's not a pattern outside of time frame, and it seems like every couple of days they abduct something. There's no set pattern as to what creature it is. It's never every 2 days. Sometimes it'll be 2, sometimes it's 4. There doesn't seem to be a set modus operandi set in place for these abductions. Which,
without a pattern, it's going to be hard for us to set a trap.
Are they hunters? Like how on the intelligence scale, how high are they?
I think now would be the history check.
So, from what you know of the crow, they are not necessarily a hunting type, but you know that they have an incredible perception. They are kind of able to see the forest and the trees at the same time. And you know that one of their abilities is to... It's like a wild shape, but for a flock. Rather than turning into a singular crow as they fly away, they can turn into a flock of crows. The hunter / ASMR that is with them, you would know as Emil the boar, and Emil is tracking is their specialty. Their connection, the reason why they were given the boar mask was because they have the ability to seek out most anything without having a fresh trail to go off of. If they have the base information and can be put in the same setting as the thing that they are hunting, they are generally able to find it. They are ruthless in their pursuit, and they are much more of a well-built fighter versus the crow, who is much more lithe and nimble.
There you have it. They're basically unstoppable at hunting and surveillance.
And from your history with this group, this is reconnaissance. When your group would be told about an area that had any kind of magical mishaps or alterations, or anywhere where the veil seemed thin, groups would be sent out to scout out this area. And if they heard of anything particularly fancy or fun, in Discovery's eyes, they were given permission to bring home souvenirs.
Yeah, it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah, well, they haven't met us before.
I like the bravado. I know you can back it up, but it's going to be dangerous. Well, not that you're opposed to danger.
You know how they work.
I do.
How can we trap them? We got you, we got Arjhan.
As I said, we give Boar a nice juicy target. He'll go after them. My only problem is Crow can spot a trap a mile away, and that's always annoying to deal with. If they find us, they will certainly go back and warn Discovery. And then, who knows, maybe he moves base of operation away from where we know he is.
So we can't let either of them escape.
Right.
It's either that or we don't encounter them at all. Make a beeline to the Goliath camp. Maybe we have the people here go on lockdown for a while until all of this is dealt with.
No, I can talk to the Goliaths. We don't have to go back there.
Yes, the only reason we have to go to the Goliath camp is to heal Arjhan.
So we make a beeline to the ruins then.
Mm-hmm. What is your specialty in the scheme of things? Like, one's good at tracking, one's good at spotting traps. What's your thing?
Shock trooper.
I don't know what that means.
You see a group of people, you send me in. The people aren't there anymore.
All right, that's kind of hot. Okay, We're gonna. All right. We have to trap the trapper. We have to out sleuth the spotter. Right. That's what we're doing. We got a bunch of Fey bullshit on our side, right? We got magic. We got Arjhan back, which is like the most important thing.
Talon hasn't been able to track these guys, right?
He has not.
Arjhan, are you able to track Celestials?
No.
Wait. Oh, right. Sorry. I forgot that Gwen knew that they were Celestials.
Yes, no, they're divine, Gwen.
Right. But you can, Cori, right? How far can you sense that?
Only if I can see them. Our best bet might be to bring them to us.
Right. We have to set a really good trap. We know where they're coming from. I mean, we know about where they're coming from. It's not like they're going to come from the other side of the lake. They're not going to go around the other way.
The only qualm with that is the how infrequent they hunt in this forest. It'll add 2 to 4 days on our trek.
So, what you're saying is that we should just move on and hope that we run into them?
Hope we run into them and dispatch them as quickly as possible. That might even be an early warning sign, though, if they don't report back.
Hey, what do they look like? Like, does he ever see their faces?
Have we ever had moments where we're just like shooting the shit in the barracks?
Yeah. You know their first names. You know what they look like. The masks are for mission op.
Crow is lanky. Bit of a skeevy bastard. He'll describe their face as best as he can.
Emil is portly, but in the same way that a power lifter is considered portly. Like,
He's fucking Roadhog.
yeah, he's just like, he can lift so much, but he just looks like he enjoys sitting on the couch more than he does lifting weights. But in reality, it's the exact opposite.
Option. If we can pull it off, Cori becomes the lanky one. No offense. You look great. I'm just saying you're the skinniest. And then Arjhan, with me wrapped around his stomach, under the clothing, become the other one.
That's a hilarious mental image, but aren't we putting the cart before the horse?
Well, I'm just saying, it's a possibility.
It's a possibility, yeah. Until the security check happens.
What's that?
You need clearance to enter buildings, love. It's a military operation. There are systems in place.
But you know all that, right?
They might have changed.
We could wing it.
He also taps his mask. I'm pretty infamous, by the way.
Right, well, no, you're not going to be there. Or you could be the lanky guy. I mean, it doesn't really work for your body type, but you could try. All right. I'm just saying, if we don't encounter them on the road, then we have to do stealth mission. If we do, we could do infiltrate.
Well, first we have to find the place.
Exactly. Well, first we have to see if we run into them, and if we don't, then we find the place. Well, I'm not good at being quiet. I'm just going to put that out there. I know that's a shock to most of you.
Well, why don't we take some time, think about it. In the morning, we'll set off.
All right. I'm glad you're back, Arjhan.
Yeah. Thanks.
Oh, hey. I saw well, I didn't see him, but I tried to pray to Tiamat, and Tempest was there.
Why would you? Why the?
Well, I was trying to get you back, dude.
I understand. What happened?
So I was trying to pray to Tiamat. I sat in your lap, and then I did like my meditation thing, but I tried to do what you did, and I like saw this like it was on a cliff face, and then I saw like a storm going on in the distance, and then I felt like a foot on my chest, and he's like, "No, you don't." And then I woke up. But hey, that means he's listening. So like that's kind of nice, right? Now I know how you guys feel when you pray.
I don't pray.
Not you.
No gods.
No masters.
Not you, guys.
We don't pray to Coralon.
But you danced, right?
Okay, that fair enough. I communicate to Elistray through the medium of dance.
Interpretive dance. It may be a very good thing that you didn't get in touch with her.
But I mean, I might have met one of them. I've seen two of them. So like, I just wanted you back, dude.
Yeah. Again, I understand. I appreciate the effort. And I certainly appreciate not. Yeah.
Can we hang out tonight? Like, I just want to make sure you're safe. So if we could just like share a sleeping space, I think that'd make me feel better.
I was about to ask if there's a place to drink around here.
There is actually one place to go and get beverages. As far as sleeping spaces, areas will be provided for all of you to actually shelter up in. Your horses will be stabled and properly fed with the finest of Fey, hay, and barleys.
Hey.
So is there anything that you all would like to do this evening that you are staying here in the Hollow Locks?
Cori would spend a little bit of time with Talon, asking him more questions. Specifically, when was the last disappearance?
The last disappearance was 4 days ago.
4 days ago, and like, what is like the spread across the Hollow Locks? Is it random or is it like fairly centralized?
It
like,
seems
what's the location?
The location is in the northern quadrant. These two seem to be able to navigate through the woods at a frightening speed.
Okay. Nowhere near here?
Within, he would guess, 20 miles or so of where they are.
All right. Cori gathers as much information as she possibly can about this. And she will tell him that, well, I'm going to go and fulfill some duties as a Lower Kalen. If I don't return within a few hours, tell my people to come look for me.
And he will nod. Cori, are you telling your party that you're dipping out for a series of hours, or are you just going to leave?
They'd stop her. She's just leaving.
Okay. Sounds dope.
She's gonna find a place that's secluded enough to be distant, but like not far enough that she couldn't send up a signal if she needed to.
Okay.
And she will sit down and what phase is the moon right now?
It is an almost a new moon.
Okay.
There is a small sliver left, but you know that tomorrow night it will just be blackness that fills the sky.
Wait. It's been 5 days since Arjhan was feeble-minded. And he was feeble-minded like the day after.
He was feeble-minded on day 9 of the new month.
Andor has a calendar.
Okay.
Yep, I've been keeping track.
Okay. Cool.
You guys are on Pralnor 15th. In the month of the Bishop.
I thought it was 6 days since the full moon. I was wrong.
Nope.
And she'll even like take her. She's gonna take Ampleforth with her as well. And she'll find a clearing and she'll sit down and start casting like an 8-hour plant growth. Just doing a lot of magic bullshit out in the woods, like alone with her eyes closed.
Okay. Sounds good. Arjhan, Gwen, Al, anything that you guys wanted to do over the evening?
Sleep off this migraine.
Yeah, I think Gwen is not going to be drinking tonight.
Have a drink, sharpen my greatsword.
Okay. It is, at this point, roughly 1 in the morning. You all have either gone to sleep, are in your meditations, or are otherwise dreaming. And 3 of you are awoken with a start as a very mature feminine voice echoes through your heads, waking the 3 of you, saying, "You must hurry. There isn't much time left." Arjhan, you have heard this voice before. This is the voice of the Lady in Green, the spirit that resides within the woods of the Hollowed Locks. And that is where we are going to call it for tonight's session. So I would like to say thank you to everybody who decided to stop on by. Thank you to all you wonderful raiders who ended up dropping by. You're great. I love you. I appreciate you. I hope that you end up being able to enter into our giveaway. It's going to be a good time. You can get the dice that you've always wanted because I'm letting you all pick what dice we end up sending out. So, hey, it kind of works. But with that in mind, speaking of stuff that always works, hey, RJ, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hey everybody, I'm RJ here on the channel. You can catch me at RJustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life and sometimes stream with these, and I was about to say nerdy people, but wonderful people. You can catch me again this week on Thursday over at G Game Nights, where we'll be playing a Good Society game called Elegant Suffering. That's what it is. I'm playing a noble who has been basically the bastard of another noble family, and he's trying to win daddy's money back. And also this week on Sunday, you can catch me over at, again, G Game Nights, where we're playing D&D 5e in the Pursuit of the Black Kestrel, where I play a half-orc barbarian monk, and we're getting to the end of the game. I'll be playing it with the lovely LBHackEmUp. And then at night, you can catch me back here as Hassan, the Yuan-Ti druid cleric in our 1920s noir gunpowder fantasy version of Tomb of Annihilations. TheNakedKeener.com. I'm going to go do push-ups now until I feel less angry.
Okay, so like I'm LBHackEmUp, and I don't understand how Indoor can just end every single session with just like something that's like, what the fuck? And like, it's fine. I do a lot of things. Check my Twitter, TheNakedKeener.com.
Hi. I'm Cyber. Cyberwolf1201.live has links to my Twitter where I shitpost. My Twitch where I play video games badly, talk about lore. My Patreon where I do title word conversions. My YouTube that has archives of the Twitch streams and the podcast that Kyle Within and I do. Let's talk about it. Merch where you can find the team, that stuff. It's there too. Cyberwolf1201.live. But what's not on there is the games that I'm in, which I'm in this one on this day. Yeah. Which is very emotionally taxing. I'm also here on Thursdays in the Ghost of Saltmarsh game that's in its last couple of sessions. which is also very emotionally taxing. And on Saturdays, I'm on Prairie Star's channel in a Taldora game. Kirk had a very charged one-on-one session last week. Lots of backstory, lots of trauma, lots of, oh my god. DanaeKeener.com.
Hi, everybody. Speaking of Danae Keener, hey, I'm Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings, mostly related to D&D, and a lot of things on this channel. You can find me here on Mondays playing as Cori under the Legend Paladin, or on Sundays playing as Baz, the Drow Rogue, in our Tomb of Annihilation game. And once every month, there's a magical time of month where we play our Monster Noir game. And that's going to be happening this Wednesday. The 17th? No, next Wednesday. Gosh, no? Yes, no, yes, no?
It's this week.
It's this week!
It's on Wednesday.
I just glanced down at my calendar and I was all like, I don't think the 17th is a Wednesday. Anyway, DanaeKeener.com.
And if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But if you don't, hey Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/IndoorAdventures. We do shows like this Monday and Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as well as 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If this is your first time joining us and you want more of this wonderful game, we upload all of our VODs on YouTube. So you can go to youtube.com. You can go towards anywhere. Audiocasts are made available for free, all under Indoor Adventures. We also have a Patreon set up, so if you would like to help support the show, keep it self-sustaining, you can check us out at patreon.com/indooradventures, where we also post for free our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from the community, but also from each other. So if you have any questions for our players, you have any questions for me, consider then joining us on Discord and asking away, or ask in the chat. We will do our best to try and answer you, but hey, if you're not part of the chat and you're not part of the Discord, how will you know what the answers were? That's on you, buddy. That's on you. But until then, I would like to say thank you to everybody who decided to stop by. Thank you so much to the Raiders from Lizmac, and also from
Open for Adventure.
Fangirl. It was Word Fangirl, Open for Adventure. Lizmac was just part of the raid from Word Fangirl. So thank you to everybody who decided to stop by. Thank you for them raids. And of course, thank you to these players for putting up with my bullshit once again this week. And we will see all of you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.
Nope, still angry. You gotta do more push-ups.
We're healing.